fighting chance.
Do you let them watch TV, go on the internet, social media? How do you control that, or do you?
No, everything is structured. My kids still don't have a phone. All their friends have phones. They don't have phones.
What are the ages of your kids? Just for
11, 9, 7, 2. Okay. In our house, when you turn 6 years old, you have to read 20 pages every day. Okay. In the books, there's steps on what you go through next. And then when you have to read a serious books, like, whatever that was, something of fire, or, not a Hunger Games. There's a couple of these books like Harry Potter, or,
Sure.
some of these serious things that you need to go through for your imagination to kind of see the different stuff that's out there. And then you're going to read some real books when you're 9 years old, 1,000-page type of books to kind of go through it. But video games, there's no iPad throughout the week. 0 iPad throughout the week. Saturday, Sundays, if you have a C in your class, there is no iPad at all, ever. 0. If you have 1 C, you get no iPad. Not on Saturdays, not on Sundays, nothing. So my son, one of them has a C. Guess what? There is no iPad for him. However, Saturday, Sunday, you wake up. This morning, my daughter woke up at 7 o'clock. She read her book. Came, Daddy, I read the book. What'd you learn about it? Here's what I learned about the founding fathers. I learned that this, I learned that this, and I learned that this president is this. 7-year-old daughter. I said, great, babe, you can go play iPad for an hour, okay? Because she's made up all her assignments for the week. When it comes down to TV, if you haven't read, you can't watch TV. Same thing. On the weekends, I pick movies. We take turns on movies and all that stuff on what they can do, and that's kind of what we do with it. Now, let me go to the C side. I need leverage to get my kids to get smarter and read the content and study the material that I want them to read. I'm watching my son. He hasn't played iPad for 3 months. And I'm like, you're wasting an opportunity because he doesn't have a desire to learn. He's just waiting for the C to become a B so he can play iPad. I said, we got to figure something out. I said, here's what we're going to do. For every documentary you watch that I choose, an hour documentary, you'll get 30 minutes on the weekends. And this is during summer season. So guess what? You watch 40 documentaries, you got some hours, but if you watch 3 documentaries this week, you got an hour and a half over the weekend. So my sons have watched the entire Man in the Arena, Captain, The Last Dance, Pele, all these documentaries, the plane that went missing, JFK assassination, all of this stuff where their brain to be vibrating at what happened here, what do you think happened here, what do you think happened there? But that's the system we've created. You have to exercise, you have to take care of your body, but that's the system.
How do you balance between being a free thinker and entrepreneur who forges their own path or having a very structured outline? Because for me growing up, my parents were very much, you could do what you want to do and we're not going to get in the way of that. If you decide that you just want to do nothing all weekend, you could do that. If you decide you want to be productive, you could do that. And I feel like that sort of freedom allowed me as an adult to do what I thought was best in the moment, even if it's not structured or what everyone else is doing. How do you balance the two?
Yeah, that's good for you. Kudos to you for doing that. That doesn't work out most of the time with a lot of people. As an outlier, as a exception to the rule, it's great. Now think about this. Give me one system that produced a lot of great leaders without any structure. Give me any system. Hear me out what I say. Like if you're going to a place where they produce leaders, right? By the way, this thing is structured here, just so you know. Everything is, Elon's got the whole system on what he's doing. He runs a show. Yeah. Okay, last night for things, nothing happened. I didn't even think about AV last night. And typically when I'm doing stuff, I'm thinking about, why didn't I think about AV? Because things were squared away with him. He's running the show. He's telling people what to do. There's systems here. When we came in, the walkthrough, the preparation, the questions, there's systems. If you played under John Wooden, guess what? There's systems. Bill Walton comes in as a hippie with a beard, and he says, hey, I'm not shaving my beard for nobody. John Wooden says, you don't have to, but I don't have to play you. Really, you wouldn't play me? I'm the #1 prospect in the world. You ain't going to play. You can keep your beard, hippie. Goes back to practice with everybody else. Bill Walton gets on the bike, goes, cuts his hair, his beard, comes back to practice. He starts playing. What did John Wooden do to Bill? He gave him high expectation, high standards. Bill Belichick, high expectation, high standards. Military, high expectation, high standards. Jack Welch, high expectation, high standards, fire the bottom 30% of your employees every year. Elon Musk, you don't want to be at Twitter? 50% fired, 3750 go home. You still don't want to be at Twitter? The other 1250 quit as well. Now we got about 2,200 employees at Twitter. Almost anywhere you go where you see a person coming out with the level of discipline that others don't have, there was a person there with high standard, high expectation. Kobe Bryant. When did LeBron become the beast that he is? Most people are like, well, LeBron's even better, Michael's not better. LeBron went to the Olympics, and they recruited Kobe to go to the Olympics. Go study LeBron after he went to the Olympics with Kobe, because he noticed Kobe was maniacal about his training. Nobody ever had the standards of Kobe, including Michael. Michael had better God-given ability, but Michael wanted to party and do all the other stuff. Kobe was maniacal. Everybody who ever played with Kobe realized this guy's a monster. Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players to watch. He tells a story one time. He says, hey, one time I'm playing against the Lakers. I say, hey, Kobe, what are you doing later? Let's go to dinner. We go to dinner. And then Kobe's like, what are you doing now? I say, I'm going to go to the club. You want to roll? He says, no, I'll take you. He goes, drops him off at the club. Kobe does. He says, where are you going? He says, I got to go back to the gym to practice. Kobe's got 5 championships. AI's got 0. Okay? So, yes, a person like you can go out there and do what they're doing, but structure increases the chances. But I'm going to say this final thing, and I'll turn it back over to you, is the following. Don't assume our house, everything is structured. Everything is not structured. Don't think it's a setup where, hey, you better do this, you better do that, you better do this, you better do that. They're free to do a lot of things. It's a system that you have on how you score points. YouTube doesn't tell you what to do. YouTube will tell you if you create good content, good SEO, good lighting, good camera, good this, good audio, and you keep doing it consistently, we're going to reward you. Our family is the same way. We're the ultimate capitalism family. You do this, you earn this. You do this, you earn that. You don't, you don't. That's capitalism. You don't have to do it. You don't have to watch the documentary. You don't have to read the book, but you also don't have to play iPad. So there is that element of capitalism in the house where you got to earn or else you don't get.